There are Arthur Walton and Delilah Keane, the masterminds behind the Gardenview Center. The Visitation Center has been shut down. Toons are running wild and something smells fishier. Let's piece together the clues from icor experiments to secretive notes and figure out what's going on with the founders. Buckle up for a deep dive into the shadows of Gardenview. First, let's meet the founders. Arthur Walton is the dreamer, the guy sketching toons on napkins and filming the dandy's world with a big old smile. He's the heart of Gardenview, treating toons like his own kids alongside toon handlers. Delilah Keane, on the other hand, is the brains and maybe the mad scientist. She's the one breathing life into Arthur's toon designs, though how she does it is a mystery wrapped in enigma, dipped in icor. Honestly, Delilah is so secretive, she probably hides her grocery list in a vault. Together, they fund Gardenview in the 1980s, likely tied to a loan that keeps them tethered to the facility, but when a malfunction incident shut down the Visitation Center, things got weird. Visitors were banned, but that doesn't mean Arthur and Delilah packed up and left. Oh no, they are still in the game, just out of the sight. So, what was this malfunction incident? The game doesn't spell it out, but it's big enough to close Visitation Center to the public. A note from Shannon, a staff member, mentions Arthur ordering everyone off the shelf law. Sounds like access got restricted even for staff. This could mean Arthur's trying to control the chaos or hide something. A note about something's going wrong reveals she knew toons could act unpredictably. Think Dandy turning twisted or toons showing weird icor side effects. They didn't tell Arthur, and he was not happy about being kept in the dark. This secrecy suggests Delilah might be the realist pulling the strings, especially since the malfunction seems tied to her Ichor Operation. Speaking of Icor, Delilah's the mastermind behind this mysterious substance that brings toons to life. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Dandy, the star of the show, enforces the Ichor Operation like a ruthless mob boss. If toons don't buy from his shop with the tapes they obtained, he dishes out a huge punishment. It's not just a glitch, it's deliberate. Delilah might have designed Dandy to keep the toons in line, ensuring the Ichor Operation runs smoothly. But here's the kicker. Arthur and Delilah are likely still managing the facility. 1980s loan means they can't just abandon ship. Arthur's probably still handling the toons, making sure they are cared for, while Dandy's taken a bigger role. Maybe even running the show on the ground. Arthur's silence to the press about the closure? That's not him being shy. It's him keeping the Gardenview secrets locked tight. Arthur and Delilah are like Yin and Yang. Arthur's the idealist, worrying about toons' well-being. In a note about Christmas toons, he nudges Delilah about them hiding in corners, not wanting them to feel isolated. He's got a soft spot for his creations. Delilah, though, she's the realist, focused on results. The malfunction incident probably needed her practical mindset to handle, and toons like Dandy, Flutter, and maybe Brightney stepped up to execute her vision. This tension, Arthur's care versus Delilah's control, might explain why they are still around but out of sight. Arthur's likely managing the toons behind the scenes, while Delilah's perfecting her Ichor experiments. Visitation Center's closure doesn't mean they are gone. It means they are working in the shadows, maybe even clashing over how to handle the toons' unpredictable behavior. So where are Arthur Walton and Delilah Keane? My theory: they are still at Gardenview, tied by that loan and their own ambitions. Arthur's probably in the control room, filming the show and keeping the toons safe, while Delilah's in her lab, tweaking Icor and maybe creating the next twisted nightmare. Dandy's their enforcer, keeping the toons in check, but the founders are the ones pulling the strings. Now you got to remember that Delilah and Arthur produced many episodes. And these episodes are their business. They make money off the toons doing a performance, taping it for the TV, and then selling it for the audience. So financially, I don't think there would be a blockade for them to be living somewhere else than in the Visitation Center. Arthur is probably living in some kind of nice flat or house somewhere, but Delilah, on the other hand, is workaholic. And workaholic is someone who can't stop working. So I wouldn't be surprised if Delilah is actually living inside the Visitation Center. And that way, Delilah might actually have more influence than Arthur if Delilah is present in the facility all the time and Arthur is somewhere absent. Like, you remember those messages where Delilah wants more coffee? She's working really hard. So she's definitely carrying the Dandy's world if you think about it. In general, if you also remember, Delilah actually has a better sense of what's going on with the Toons than Arthur, because Arthur is actually asking for Delilah to message him. So Arthur seems kind of more like the absent kind of manager, and Delilah is the one who is there at the field, present. And if you remember, Delilah also tells Arthur what to think and even maybe what to say. If you look at this note about the Christmas Toons, she tells Arthur to see the isolation as a good thing, for example. Then Arthur commented to the newspaper that actually he didn't comment anything, and maybe Delilah wanted him to not comment anything, so maybe Delilah told Arthur just ignore any journalists who want to talk. The malfunction incident didn't end their story, it just pushed them deeper into the shadows. What do you think? Are Arthur and Delilah hiding something bigger? Drop your theories in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Dandy's World mysteries. Until next time, stay Toon-tastic. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, check out our other Dandy's World videos. And hey, if you see a Twisted Toon, don't forget to run, unless it's offering free icor. Then maybe negotiate. See you next time. Today we are tackling one of the game's biggest mysteries. What's inside Dandy's elevator shop shaft? That little hatch where Dandy pops up to sell us items and take our tapes. It's hiding something. And we are gonna piece together the jigsaw puzzle of this lore to figure it out. Buckle up because this one's wild. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about the elevator itself. In Dandy's world, we are told we are descending floors in Gardenview Center, but something's off. The elevator has less than 100 floor buttons, yet you can go way past floor 100. That's not how elevators work. This led me to a theory. What if the elevator is not going down hundreds of floors? What if it's more like a tram, moving horizontally or through a network of rooms disguised as floors? Think about it. Building hundreds of floors underground is a logistical nightmare, even for a shady place like Gardenview. And it's not like Arthur or Delilah could even afford it, they are already in financial debt to bank.